Welcome back into the cave. We are live again. Double feature tonight. Started out the night with the Hartford Whalers, and we're back here doing the Montreal Expos. Missed last night. Had a little jazz show we had to go check out, so here we are to check out our Montreal Expos 1999 team and see how they're doing. As we can see, they are currently in fourth place with a record of 14 and 17, 10 games behind the Atlanta Braves, who just, well, basically killed everybody in that era. They were a very, very solid National League team, as we all know, or those of us who were around to see it. So, just a quick update. Last week, one of our few viewers that watched the show had the opportunity to name one of our players. So, we went ahead and we named a catcher. And let's go ahead and take a look at him right now. So, might not be the best version of our boy Hamilton Porter, but there he is on the screen. Hamilton Porter, catcher from California. The 18-year-old is going to play down in Single A for the start of this season. He's a B potential, currently 44 overall, and we're going to try to grow him into a major league stud. And if you happen to know where the name Hamilton Porter comes from, good for you. That means you know a little bit about major motion pictures. Okay, so with all that being said, it is time to dive right in to the Montreal Expos 1999 campaign here as we head into, I believe, the second month of the season. Now, again, we are 14 and 17. It's been a tough start to the season. We have some killer free agents. I think these guys are just starting to gel, okay? We're starting to get some good chemistry. It's starting to become a solid unit. We've got Ken Griffey Jr. in center field, who we picked up in one of the biggest free agent pickups ever, maybe, okay? We picked up Mark Grace to play first base. We got Sterling Hitchcock from the National League West champion Padres last year. We went ahead and got Charlie Hayes to kind of fill that little void at third base. And that all happened in the last two episodes. We kicked off the season and got ourselves 14 wins. That's all we managed to get. But we started to see the team gel, and things were getting bigger and better as we went on. So here we are. All right, we're heading into May, and we have got a pretty difficult schedule. But before we get into that, we take a look at our rankings over on the right, and that tells us that this team is getting better and growing. All right, we're sixth overall as a team in the major leagues. So that's definitely good compared to where we were last year. We're fourth in contact. We're ninth in power. We're ninth in pitching. First overall in defense. We have the best on paper defensive team in the league. And of course, we are 12th in speed, which is actually a drop from where we were last year. This team was a very fast, very quick team. Heck, our catcher had 25 stolen bases last year. So that tells you how fast we were. Okay, so we take a look at our current lineups, and this is with all those changes that we made, okay? Now, this is our our lineup versus right-handed pitching when we have a DH. So this is the 90s. So yes, you do still have pitchers hitting in National League parks. And that's going to really come into play for us. It's kind of a struggle when we play in National League parks because our pitchers do not hit well, which was kind of a common theme throughout most of baseball history. But that's where we are with this team as well. So here's our lineup after all the changes. And again, we've been through 1 month. We're 14 and 17, and hopefully we'll get to see some of these guys grow. So through 1 month, this is how the stats look. We got Rondell White. He's leading off against right-handed pitching. He's batting .301 with a homer and 4 ribbies. Grudzy is batting .236 with 3 dingers and 12 ribbies. And he'll be playing second base. At first base, we're going to have Mark Grace. He's actually on fire right now. He's batting .398 to start the season with 6 dingers and 15 ribbies. Ken Griffey Jr., who we picked up in free agency, like I mentioned earlier, he's batting .287, 6 homers and 22 RBIs, coming off a fantastic season where he led the Seattle Mariners to the American League Championship where they lost to the Yankees. Vladimir Guerrero, who will probably lock into a pretty long-term contract with the Expos because we're going to try to keep this team alive. He's batting .322 with 4 homers and 16 RBIs. Getting Ken Griffey Jr. has really freed up Vlad Guerrero, and that's why he's starting to put up some numbers. Troy O'Leary, who we got in a trade with the Red Sox. Originally, he was going to be our kind of star outfielder, and then Ken Griffey Jr. opened up, and that's why he's on the team. And Troy O'Leary, he's doing okay. He's batting .231. He's got 5 homers and 14 RBIs. So you can already see, right, we're getting some power in the 3, 4, 5, and 6 spots. All right, O'Leary's got 5. Vlad's got 4. Griffey's got 6. Grace has got 6. So we're getting some power from the middle of the lineup, which is something we didn't get last season. Charlie Hayes, he's batting .327 down here in the 7 spot with 2 homers and 15 RBIs. We picked him up in free agency. I'm a huge Charlie Hayes guy. He played for the Yankees, and most everyone that played for the Yankees I'm going to be a fan of. Orlando Cabrera, he's struggling right now. A .191 batting average, 3 homers, and 14 RBIs. So that kind of tells you where he is at the moment. Ivan Rodriguez, who we picked up in free agency. Ivan Rodriguez. And the crazy part about him is on the roster that was created, he's like a 70 or 69 overall and is not even growing. And at this point in his career, he would have definitely been growing. And he's batting .299 for us with a home run and 6 RBIs. We take a look at our bench. We've got Brad Fulmer, first baseman, left-handed bat. We've got Paul LaDuca, a catcher who we picked up in the Rule 5 draft, and he's only growing. So that's going to be big for us. We've got Mike Mordecai. He's our backup infielder, I'd say. He can play second, he can play third, but his primary is shortstop. Bobby Hens, my man, he's batting .400 in only 10 at-bats. So he's got 4 hits and 10 at-bats, 2 of which are jacks, and he's got 6 RBIs. All right? And then, of course, our pitching staff looks like this. Dustin Hermanson, Sterling Hitchcock, Javier Vasquez, Trey Moore, and Mike Thurman. And we've got a bullpen that's still kind of weak, so we might make a trade or two during the season to try to get that bumped up a little bit, maybe even a free agent pickup. All right. So going through that lineup kind of gives you an idea of where we are at this point in the season. Okay, so here is what our month is looking like. We're heading into the 2nd month of the season, and we take a look starting from the 1st of the month, and we have got the Colorado Rockies to start off with 3 games, and then the Chicago Cubbies for 4. So we are at home against the Cubbies for 4. We then head on the road to Houston to take on the Astros before coming home for Philly for 4, Baltimore on the road for 3, Philly on the road for 3, the Dodgers, who are current NL West leaders for 3. We got our rival, the New York Mets, for 3, and then we'll close out the episode with the Baltimore Orioles. So, again, these rosters are all 1999, baby. We made some changes to our team. We have not adjusted anything on any other teams, so that's pretty much accurate. They're pretty accurate, with the exception of the Derek Jeter 58 blast in 1998, which is definitely not accurate. And, of course, the fact that I think the Mariners played the Yankees in the AL Championship Series, which didn't happen in 19. It might have. I don't know. It might have. I'm not really sure. And, of course, the other thing that's not accurate is the fact that Bobby Hens is quite possibly the best player on the Expos when he's actually in the lineup. And we looked him up thanks to my statistician out there and found out that he's really not as good as he's playing here in the sim. But that's the magic of the sim, right? You never know what's going to happen. Right, Derek? Absolutely. Okay, so we have got 3 with the Rockies, and we're going to do this the same way we did in our last live episode. We are going to, quick sim on the rest of the week, but we will go in and full sim. You know what we're going to do? We're going to do a little different. We're going to toss this up a little bit. We're going to watch the final game of every series. So we'll jump in and we'll do our management of the last game of every series. That way we get to see who's on every team, right? That's ideal. That's the whole point of doing this. So we've got Colorado for 3. We started off with Sterling Hitchcock, our free agent pickup on the mound. Now, if you're just joining us for the first time, and I've got 1 viewer, so excellent. Thank you for joining. But if you're just joining us for the first time, the starting pitchers appear on the top of the screen right under the team names. It tells you their win-loss records, their innings, their strikeouts, and their ERA. So if you hear me rattle all that off, that's what I'm talking about. So, for example, here we are, 1st of May. Our team is 14-17. The Rockies are 14-17. So we've got a pretty even matchup here, right? Sterling Hitchcock is going to pitch game 1 for us. John Malone will be pitching for the Rockies. Both pitchers are 2-2. They're pretty evenly matched, except Sterling has 43 Ks and a 2.29 ERA. John's got a 1.35 ERA. And I will basically click a button. It's going to sim that. We'll see the score. And boom, it's a 4-3 Colorado win. Game 2, Javi Vasquez goes up against John Malone again, which is weird. That's very weird. But yeah, John Malone's going to pitch again, and Javi's going to he's going to take a loss, right? Yeah. So, okay. So you see how that works? So we went 1 and we're 1-1 in the series. Now we're going to actually go ahead. We're going to jump in and we're going to manage the game. So let's go ahead and we'll quick manage. We are the Expos. If we're tied going into the 9th, similar to my Whalers show, we will go ahead and we'll jump in and see how it looks. Because we haven't seen a game inside Olympic Stadium yet. I don't think we've actually seen a home game yet. All right, quick counts. We'll put those on so that way we can kind of fly through it. Trey Moore is going to be on the hill, and we know a little bit about Trey Moore, right? We take a look at his stats last year. For the Spos, he went 15-8. He was our ace. And we still have him like 3rd in the rotation. So he's got to earn it again this year. You can see his stats so far. He's 3-1 in 34 innings pitched. He's got a 3.63 ERA. So he's given up more runs than he did last year to this point, but he's still pitching pretty good. We're putting up runs to actually help him out. Okay, our lineup looks like that. Like we mentioned earlier, Grudzy, Cabrera, Grace, followed by Griffey Jr., Guerrero, and O'Leary. We'll have Charlie Hayes, Ivan Rodriguez, and, of course, Trey Moore, because we are in a National League stadium. And Charlie Hayes has been providing solid production in the bottom part of the order lately, but Orlando Cabrera has been slumping. The hitting coach has inquired about juggling the lineup a bit to boost run production. Okay, we can do that. So I think what we're going to do is There we go.
Play ball.
Like that. Okay, so here we go. And Trey Moore is on the hill. Fabio Santiago is going to lead off for the Rockies, and he flies out. Larry Walker, Hall of Famer, strikes out, and Todd Helton is going to ground out. All right, so we get through the top of the first. See how that works? Perfect. So that's how we're going to roll through this. Grudzy grounds out. Hayes strikes out. Grace singles. So we got Mark Grace on first, and he continues his hot hitting. Ken Griffey Jr. flies out. Juan Gonzalez, who was a Texas Ranger and is now a Colorado Rocky. There's a shock if you're a 90s baseball fan. He grounds out. Terry Shumpet is going to fly out. Domingo Cedeno flies out. So how about our boy, Trey Moore? He's got a no-hitter going through 2 innings. Good for him. Vladdy flies out. O'Leary strikes out. Cabrera doubles. So we move Cabrera from second in the lineup to 7th in the lineup, and he starts off with a double. Good for him. Rodriguez walks, and now it leads to Trey Moore. Let's see if he can get himself an RBI. No, he strikes out. Okay, Clemente grounds out. Kurt Manwaring grounds out. Todd Acevedo, and a no-hit 3 innings for Trey Moore to start off. Grudzy strikes out. Hayes strikes out. Grace is going to single again, so he's 2 for 2 in this one. Let's see if Griff can get him in. And he singles, moves Grace over to third. Vladdy now at the plate. This is a big opportunity for him. And he singles to drive in Grace. It's 1-0. Troy O'Leary is going to ground into a fielder's choice. Okay, so Trey Moore gets a run. That should help him out, hopefully. We need more than that, though. Fabio is going to fly out. Walker grounds out. Helton strikes out. So 4 no-hit innings for our boy Trey Moore. Actually, 4 perfect innings so far. Cabrera grounds out. Rodriguez grounds out. Moore is going to walk, and Gruzzi's going to strike out. Juan Gonzalez at the plate, and he singles to break up the no-hitter. That's a bummer. Shumpert, fly out. Cedeno, double play. All right, so good. He got out of the inning. 5 scoreless innings for Trey Moore so far. Charlie Hayes grounds out. Grace grounds out. Griffey strikes out. So Griffey's struggling in this one. Clemente singles. Manwaring, fielder's choice. Acevedo, double play. So he continues his good pitching. We are through 6 innings the Rockies are through 6 innings. And he has a shutout going with just 2 hits. Trey Moore is on his game in this one. Guerrero grounds out. O'Leary's going to walk. That's a good thing. He doesn't have much speed, so we're going to leave him where he is. Actually, we got 1 out. So Cabrera is going to hit a 2-run jack. How about that? We move him in the lineup. Thank you, Coach. Coach says move him. We move him. He has a double and a 2-run jack in this one. It's 3-0 Spos. Rodriguez hits a ground out. Trey Moore, we got to leave him in. He's pitching good, right? He singles to help himself out. Trey Moore does it all for this Spos team. Grudzy doubles and drives in Trey, so it's 4-0 Expos, and Hayes is going to ground out. Okay, so Trey Moore, he's got a lot of energy. So again, if you're new to this and you're just watching for the first time, that energy bar just to the left of Trey Moore tells you how much he's got, and right now, he's pretty good, right? He's pretty good through 6 full innings. He gets a strikeout. He gives up a single to Larry Walker. He gives up a double, and that's an RBI for Walker. No, Helton. Sorry, that was Helton. Gonzalez grounds out. Do we give him 1 more? Yeah, okay, so he's not going to pitch the 8th. He's pitched a good 7 innings, gave up the 1 run. Now Dave Wainhouse is on the hill for the Rockies. Mark Grace has a chance to get his 3rd hit of the night, and they go to Bobby Jones. And he gets a strikeout. Griffey Jr. strikes out, and Vladdy is going to fly out. Okay, so let's go and get our setup man. And our setup man is, wow. Let's see, what do we got? Switch, right. So let's go with a right-handed pitcher, right? Do we go with, we can't go with Ugath. So let's go to Bennett. So Shane Bennett's going to come in to try to set up Ugath. He gets Cedeno to ground out. Clemente's going to walk. man-wearing single. So first and second for now they're going to take Bobby Jones out. And Jeff Reed comes up to the plate. Double play. Huge, huge play. Jeff Reed is not going to pitch. So Mike DeJean and Mike Dugan. I love how they mess up their names. Okay, Troy O'Leary walks to lead off the inning. Cabrera strikes out. Rodriguez singles. So we've got first and second. Shane Bennett, you're definitely coming out. And who do we bring in to pinch hit? How about good old Rondell White? Rondell White. They called him Ramirez. That's weird. Rondell White grounds out because, of course, he does. But he moved the runners over, so, okay, you did your job. Grudzy walks. So bases juiced for Charlie Hayes. Now, we moved Charlie Hayes from the 7th spot where he was hot to the 2nd spot where he's now ice cold, and he hits into a fielder's choice. Okay, so we're not going to leave Rondell White on the hill, even though he has 1 loss and a 54 ERA. And we're going to our boy Ugath for the close. Let's go, Ugath. He gives up a single. He gives up another single. He walks the bases loaded. Oh, my God. These guys love to stress me out. We've got bases juiced, nobody out, Juan Gonzalez at the plate. Fielder's choice, drives in a run. 4-2. Ugath, can you get this done? Get it done. Strikeout. Please. A double drives in another run. Oh, Lord. Ugath, get Clemente. And he gets the ground out. So he loves to scare the crap out of the manager. And he almost blew that game. And you know what? Trey Moore pitched such a good game. So our player of the game is actually Orlando Cabrera, who started this game dead cold. He went 2 for 4 with a run, a dinger, and 2 ribbies. Good for you, Orlando. And the Expos win a series. Yeah, we won a series. We went 2-1 in that series. Okay, we're heading into 4 straight at home with the Chicago Cubbies. We're going to kick this one off with Mike Thurman on the hill against Steve Traxel. And Steve Traxel, for those of you who don't know, well, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's the guy that gave up the home run to Mark McGwire. And I may have said that before, but I'm pretty sure he gave up the left field home run to Mark McGwire to break Roger Maris's record. Like I said, I could be wrong, but who knows? Okay, so Mike Thurman and Steve Traxel, and we take a loss. Hermanson against Jeremy Gonzalez, and we get our second loss of the series. Here's our boy Sterling Hitchcock against Mark Clark, and Mark Clark is 5-1 on the season. Sterling is 2-2, and Sean Bosky from our bullpen, he sustained an injury. It appears he'll be out a few days. Yeah, we'll keep him active. So we have lost 3 in a row to the Cubbies, and we're heading into this one. Javier Vasquez on the bump against Geronimo Ibar, and we're going to go ahead and, we're going to check this one out because, of course, we are. Like we said, the last game of every series, right? Okay. Sometimes I got to stop and read what I'm looking on. Because if I blow through it real quick, I end up messing it up. Okay, our lineup's going to stay pretty much the same. I think we're going to go with Javier is going to start. I think we're going to switch this back though, because no, not the positions, Mike. Okay, we're going to switch that back. Let's see if we have anybody that's really tired. Griffey can use a break, but no, we're not going to do that. Actually, we're going to move Orlando out of the lineup. We're going to put Mordecai into the lineup. So Grudzy, Hayes, Grace, Griffey, Guerrero, O'Leary, Mordecai, Rodriguez, and of course Vasquez because it's a National League park.
Let's play ball.
And let's play ball. Jose Offerman will lead off for the Cubbies. He singles. Lance Johnson walks, so first and second for Jim Thome, who's playing for the Cubbies. How about that? That must have been a nice little free agency pickup for the Cubs, and it sure is. He's batting .344 with 23 ribs and 8 home runs, so good for the Cubbies. That's a good pickup. and he hits into a fielder's choice. Sammy Sosa strikes out. Albert Bell, look at that. Look at 3, 4, and 5 on this team. Oh my God. They have Tomey, Sosa, and Bell. Wow. Wow, they spent a boatload of cash in the offseason. And Darren Fletcher is going to single, so the Cubbies go up 1. And, okay, a fielder's choice. So, wow, what a lineup, right? What a lineup. Feel free to mention in the comments if you like the Cubs lineup. That is a powerhouse lineup. Grudzy grounds out. Charlie Hayes singles. Good for him. Mark Grace walks. So we get first and second. Now we got Ken Griffey Jr. And, of course, he strikes out. Vladdy singles. So he drives in a run. So this is all tied up. Good job. Troy's going to strike out. Okay, Javi comes back out onto the mound. He gives up a double to Ori. He strikes out Duncan. He gets Offerman the ground out. And a ground out right there. Mike Mordecai to lead off. He singles in reserve. He's playing for Cabrera in this one. Rodriguez grounds into a double play, and Javi's going to ground out. Jim Thome, strikeout. Sosa, single. Bell, single. Fletcher, fielder's choice. Okay, come on, Javi. We need the out. Let's get Aurelia. We walk the bases loaded for Kevin Ori, and he grounds out. Nice. Okay. Settle right in. Grudzy, single. Hayes, double play. Come on, Mark Grace. Ground out. So we actually got Mark Grace. He was a Cub, and we got him in free agency. So he's facing his old team. I keep calling him. I keep wanting to call him Javi Lopez, but it's Javier Vasquez, Mike. Okay, Duncan gets hit by a pitch. Offerman flies out. Lance Johnson singles. So first and second for Jim freaking Thome, and he walks. Bases juice for Sammy Sosa.
Take your base, ball 4.
And we walk him, and Albert Bell, we strike him out. So we've got 2 outs. We walked in a run. Fletcher grounds out. Okay. So we get the strong part of our lineup coming up, bottom of the 4th. We've got Griffey. We've got Guerrero. We've got O'Leary. Can we get something started? A single from Griffey. Beautiful.
He's safe.
He steals second. That's a beauty. Let's go with Guerrero. He flies out. Troy O'Leary. He grounds out. Mike Mordecai, he grounds out. So we waste the leadoff single from Griff. Now Vasquez is getting tired, so he's very tired. So we're going to go ahead and take him out off the mound. And look at our bullpen. Holy monkeys, we don't have much to work with, do we? Oh Lord. Okay, so they're going right, left, switch left. So we're actually going to bring Telford in to pitch the 5th. He gets a ground out. He gives up a double. He gets Duncan. Now we just got to get Offerman. And he gets oh, come on, dude. There's a double. Johnson grounds out. Okay, so he won't have to face the big part of the lineup because he'll come out. Now, Pudge, lead us off. Ground out. Telford, you're coming out. Rondell White. Now, we don't want to waste him because we might need him later on. Okay, Fulmer. You're going to pinch hit. You're going to strike out. And Grudzy, you're going to strike out. Okay, so now we got to go for the 6th inning, and it's going to be our boy Mike Maddox. Oh, man, whenever I bring him in, it makes me so nervous. This is why. Single to Thome. Fielder's choice.
He's out.
Bell strikes out. Oh, no, we threw out. Oh, we threw out. Thome trying to steal. I'm sorry. Sosa trying to steal. Bell grounds out. Oh, so he got out of that one. How's that? Courtney Duncan still on the bump for the Cubbies here. Charlie Hayes now grounds out. Mark Grace, fly out. Ken Griffey Jr. grounds out. So it's a 3-1 game. We're going to leave Mike out there, right? Give him a shot. Why not? Ground out. Strikeout. Ground out. Good job, Mike Maddox. That's positive because he hasn't been that good. Vladdy Guerrero. Ground out. O'Leary. Strikeout. Mike Mordecai. Ground out. Oh, boy. Okay, do we leave Maddox in there to face... I think we leave him in there to face 9-1-2. I'm going to leave him in to face 9-1-2. Right? 9, 1, 2. Good job. So, okay, he's gone three solid innings for us. So if we can get some runs here, we'll get Ugueth on the bump. That'll be huge if we can get Ugueth on the bump. Paul Quantrill comes in, and he gets Pudge. We're going to bring in Rondell White. He's become quite the little pinch hitter for us. He strikes out, of course, because I said that. Grudzy. All right. So top of the ninth, and we have to face the big fat part of the Cubbies lineup. We've got Jim Thome, Sammy Sosa, and Albert Bell batting bang, bang, bang. A single. Oh, Rondell White is on the hill. Why is Rondell White on the hill? Jesus. Okay. Sorry. Jiminy. We'll say Jiminy. Oh, Jiminy. All right. Terry Mulholland. Strikes out Sosa. And Albert Bell gives us the double play. Thank you very much, Albert Bell. I was a big Albert Bell. I liked Albert Bell. He was brutal. I mehe could totally mash a baseball, but some of the things he would do were just classic. Like when I don't remember who it was, the little second baseman from, I think it was the Brewers. They just ran him over. Guy got in his way, he just ran him over in the middle of the baseline. Total Albert Bell move. Okay, Charlie Hayes. Now, we've got Hayes, Grace, and Griffey. So we could get something going here in the bottom of the ninth. And we get a ground out from Hayes. We get a strikeout from Grace. And we get a ground out from Griffey. So we get nothing. And we get completely swept by the Cubbies in 4 games straight. They beat us 26-11. Wow. Wow, that's horrible. The team is now 16-22 after that 4-game losing streak against the Cubbies. Well, 4-game sweep against the Cubbies. But we've got the Houston Astros. Now, we're taking on the Houston Astros. They have a worse record than we do. They're 14-24. They're going to have Victor Guzman on the hill in Game 1. They will have Freddie Garcia on the hill in Game 2. And they'll have Mike Hampton on the hill in Game number 3. We'll have Trey Moore, Mike Thurman, and Dustin Hermanson. So let's go ahead and see what we do with Trey Moore on the hill. And Trey Moore sustains an injury. No, strained finger during today's game. It appears he will be out for a few days. Okay, so we can keep him active. And, oh, wait a minute. Did you see the score? What? Okay, so Sean Bosky is no longer injured. What do we want to do? We'll auto-utilize him. We won 16-2. Holy monkeys. All right, let's go ahead and check the box score on that one. Wow. How about Grudzy, 4 for 5. Cabrera, 5 for 6. Vladdy went 3 for 5. Rondell White, of course, he went 0 for 4. Troy O'Leary, 2 for 6. Fulmer, 2 for 6. Paul LaDuca, 3 for 5. Shane Bennett, a pitcher, went 2 for 5 and scored a run. Wow, what a game. Home runs from Cabrera. He hit 2. Oh, no, he hit his second. No, he hit 2. He hit what? Cabrera had 2 doubles, 2 homers, and 7 RBIs in this game. Oh, that is nuts. That is nuts. And we just shut down the Astros. Wow. 16-2. What a win for the Expos right there. And Trey didn't get the win because he got hurt, but hey, whatever. Okay. And we get an 8-2 win. So Derek May, all right, he's hurt, but that's okay. We got to do our scouting assignments. But we got an 8-2 win. So we lose 4 straight to the Cubbies, and then we just kill the Astros in 2 straight. 24-4. That's the most offense we've been seeing this team put up. They're trying to get back to 500. That's exactly what we're trying to do. We've got to jump back to the front office and go through and check out our scouting. So we've got 11 catcher prospects scouted, and I think that's what we were looking for, right? Yeah, we're looking for a catcher, a shortstop, and a left fielder. So, and our scouts are garbage because I always forget to change them. So let's go ahead and take a look. We might want to try to start scouting some guys, right? No, let's do the same thing. So we're going to edit the assignment. We'll go to the East. We'll go to the East. And we'll go to the International. So we're trying to find ourselves a new catcher. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for a catcher. Why? I don't know. We've got Ham Porter down there in single A, and God knows he could be the next Rusty Staub. And if you don't know who Rusty Staub is, look him up. Ham Porter, Rusty Staub, look him up. You'll know what I'm talking about. They called him Le Grand Orange in Montreal. He also played for the New York Mets. Look him up. Okay. So we're going to advance through that, and we're going to finalize our weekly scouting program. Now, what'll be nice is if I remember next season to actually switch our scouts and get some quality scouts so we can get some quality players in the draft, because last year's was, we lucked out. We got a decent player, but the scouts were not good. Okay, so heading back to our calendar, and we are taking on the Houston Astros here on Sunday the 10th. You know what? Let's see something. Oh, we can do it this way. I didn't even think about this. So it actually shows us who we're playing. All right. So we've got the Stros on the Sunday game, like we talked about. And they play it. See, they don't have the Astro. I wish they had the Astrodome. They don't have the Astrodome, so we end up playing here at Dakin Park or Minute Maid Park or whatever they called it over the years. I think it was Minute Maid Park. I think it was at one point. Or was it Enron? Might have been Enron. I don't know. Anyway, okay, let's go ahead and play some baseball. All right, we've got Dustin Hermanson on the bump here in the Sunday afternoon game, the final game of the series, which we lead 2 games. We're going for a sweep. All right, we're going for another sweep. All right, so here we go. The lineup is pretty much the same, except Rondell White is back in the lineup. So we'll see how that works out.
Play ball.
Okay, Rondell White against Mike Hampton. And if you remember Mike Hampton, I'm pretty sure Mike Hampton had a few home runs in his career. I'm pretty sure he was almost like a power hitting pitcher. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he was. All right, Rondell strikes out. Grudzy grounds out. Has anyone noticed that Grudzy's been kind of off? He hasn't been doing much. Grace grounds out. Ronald Tan for the Astros strikes out. Jeff Bagwell, single. Royce Roth, double play. Beautiful. Ken Griffey Jr., who he started to quiet down. We need him to heat up. But he keeps doing stuff like that when we run this part of the sim. Pop out. Guerrero singles. And we're going to have him get caught stealing because we're not smart. Hayes is going to ground out. Matt Williams. Wow, Matt Williams triples to lead off. Richard Hidalgo strikes out. Now we're going to walk Darrell Ward.
Ball 4.
We're going to pitch to Brad Osmus. And he hits a 3-run jack. Oh, geez, Mike. Okay, so it's 3-0 Stros. Aaron Miles grounds out. Mike Hampton strikes out. So Stros and Spos, and it's a 3-0 Astros lead after 2. Cabrera singles. He's been hot lately. Absolutely. Pudge doubles. That drives in Cabrera. It's a 3-1 game. Hermanson is going to bunt Pudge over to third. Rondell White is going to drive him in. Thank you, Rondell. You finally come up a little clutch for us. Grudzy is going to single. That moves Rondell over to third. Grace hits into a fielder's choice. We have one chance with Ken Griffey Jr. He's got an opportunity to do something here. First and third, we got Grace, we got White, and he hits a single and drives in a run. Great job from Griffey Jr. Now we've got Guerrero. So the Stros score 3 in the bottom of the second, and the Spos come back and answer right in the top of the third, and Guerrero's going to ground out. So we've got a game again, folks. It's 3-3, bottom of the third. Tan singles. Bagwell, double play. Thank you very much. Royce Roth is going to strike out. So we're through 3. It's a 3-3 game. Mike Hampton still out on the bump for the Stros. Charlie Hayes reaches on an error. Cabrera into a fielder's choice. Rodriguez doubles to drive in Hayes, and the Expos are up 4-3. Hermanson grounds out. Rondell White flies out. So bottom of the fourth, Hermanson's still out there, and Matt Williams leads off with a home run. It's 4-4. Richard Hidalgo at the plate. He's 0 for 1. He walks. Ward was walked in his first at-bat, which led to a Brad Osmus 3-run jack. We're going to pitch to Ward. Actually, Hidalgo's going to get thrown out. Thank you, Richard Hidalgo. Ward is going to ground out. Osmus is going to strike out. So I have to slow down sometimes because I get too fast. I'm almost getting lost as I'm talking. Okay, Mike Hampton. Still out on the bump. Grudzy doubles to lead off the inning. Thank you, Grudzy. And there's a pop out from Grace. Griffey with the ground out. Guerrero doubles to drive in Grudzy, and it's 5-4 Spos. We're looking for a sweep. Right? Which would be huge for us because we just got swept. So to come off of a 4-game sweep and get a 3-game sweep would be amazing. There's a ground out. Okay, so bottom of the fifth, Hermanson's going to stay out. He gets Miles. He gets Hampton. And he gets Tan. So that's 3 up, 3 down. Cabrera hits a double off Reggie Harris. Pudge comes to the plate. He's 2 for 2. He's been good. I'll say that, and he'll ground out. Of course. Dustin Hermanson, he's still got some pop left in his arm for the game, so we're going to let him hit here.
3.
He strikes out. Rondell White hits a 2-run blast. Thank you, Rondell White. I swear we took him. He was in the 4th spot. He was in the 5th spot last year. It was a struggle for him. We take a little weight off his shoulders, not as much pressure, and Rondell's coming up. He's coming up big. He's definitely hitting now. Grudzy grounds out. Okay, so we have got bottom 6. Hermanson
3.
gets Bagwell,
3.
gets Roth, and now Williams hit a home run off of him last time. He is 2 for 2. I'm going to gamble. I'm going to pitch to him, and he's going to hit a triple. He's got 2 triples and a homer in this game. Hidalgo flies out. Okay. So we've got a 7-4 lead. Can the Spos blow this thing? Yeah, we know they possibly could. All right, Mark Grace at the plate. He reaches on an error. Griffey doubles to drive in Grace. So Griffey is 2 for 4. Finally getting his bat going.
3.
Vladdy strikes out.
3.
Hayes strikes out. Cabrera flies out. Bottom 7, 8-4 Spos.
Take your base, ball 4.
Walk to Ward.
3.
Strikes out Osmus. Hermanson
3.
strikes out Miles. Hermanson gets Ray Montgomery to pop out. Ooh, baby. Okay, so it is 8-4. Hermanson still has some juice. We're going to see him. He's going to come up to bat, isn't he? Yeah, well, okay, Rodriguez is 2 for 3. I think if Rodriguez gets on base, I have to pinch hit Hermanson. If he doesn't, then I will. Then we let. If he doesn't get on base, then we let Hermanson hit. Right. That way we can leave him in to pitch. And of course he does. Okay, but that's okay because we can bunt him over. That leaves Hermanson in the game because he's still pitching pretty good. Rondell grounds out. And Grudzy's going to ground out. Okay. So we've got Hermanson still out there. Bottom of the 8th. He's pitching a pretty good game. 4 runs, 6 hits. The Astros have 2 errors. So let's see if he can get through the top 3.
3.
He gets Tan.
3.
He gets Bagwell. And he gets Roth to fly out. Ooh, can he pitch a complete game? If we get 1 run in this inning, we're going to leave him in to give him a shot for a complete game. Yeah, which is unheard of in this day and age. How many complete games did we see in last Major League season? Like totally. How many complete games did we actually see? Not a whole lot. All right, Mark Grace against Chad Gill. He grounds out. Griffey Jr., who's 2 for 4 in this game. That getting a couple extra batting average points he is. He singles to lead with 1 out he singles. Vladdy, fielder's choice. Can Hayes do something here?
3.
He strikes out. Okay, so we said that we were going to leave Dustin Hermanson in if we got a run in the last inning. He's facing Matt Williams, who is 3 for 3 in this game. I'm going to roll the dice, and I'm going to stick with Hermanson.
Ball 4, take your base.
Now Hidalgo, we've been able to beat Hidalgo, and we get a game for the Expos, and we got it. All righty. All right, so that's 6 wins. That's 5 wins in the episode. I think we're 5 and 5, so that's not too bad. Okay, we've got Pudge goes 3 for 4 with a run, 2 ribbies, and 3 doubles. So what a game for Pudge in this one. Hermanson gets the win. He improves to 3 and 3. Hampton gets the loss, and he's 4 and 3 now on the season. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. It changes when we come to this screen. Yeah, so he's actually 3 and 3, and Hampton goes to 4 and 4. All right, so we're heading into. Looks like I think it's. Let's check the calendar, but we're heading into 4 with Philly. So let's go ahead and sim. We're going to sim. We've got Hitchcock against Palacios. That's a win. Ooh, baby, that's a win streak. We've won 4 in a row. The team is now 20 and 22. We're heading into game 2 with Philly at home, and we take a loss. Okay, so we win 4-3 in game 1. We lose 7-3 in game 2. Game 3 now. Trey Moore is back, and he is on the hill for this one. He's 4-1, 26 Ks and a 3.05 ERA against Doug Cannon. All right, I don't know if Doug Cannon's a real person. If you're out there, you're watching. I might have 1 viewer. I might have 2 viewers. I don't know how many people are actually watching. But if you want to look up Doug Cannon, I would appreciate that. That would be awesome to see if he's an actual real person. And we take the loss to Doug Cannon. So he has our number. Carlton Lower will be on the hill against Mike Thurman. We will jump in to this one, and we will play it. So we haven't had any opportunities to jump in to a game yet, to actually see it. No, we have not. Mike Thurman, because we haven't been close in the 9th inning. Lineup will stay pretty much the same. Anybody that's really tired? Well, Griffey's always tired. You know what? I want Bobby Hens in there. I want Bobby Hens. Bobby Hens is going to give Pudge a rest. He's going to give Pudge a rest. We're going to see if we can get something out of Bobby Hens here in the final game against the Phillies. All right, Thurman on the mound. Doug Glanville's going to lead off. He singles. Relaford fly out. David Justice, who's playing for the Phillies right here. David Justice, actually, good friend of mine. And I don't think he ever played for the Phillies. But in this universe, he's been traded. He's a Philly. And he just hit a 2-run jack off of us because, of course, he did. Bobby Abreu, single. Jordan, pick off. Oh, we picked off Bobby Abreu. Thank you, Mike Thurman. I didn't even have to do it.
Ball 4, take your base.
A walk to Jordan.
He's safe.
Estalella and of course Jordan steals. With a 27 speed and a 2 ability to steal, he just stole second base. Bobby Hens, what are you doing back there, bro? There's a fly out. Okay, so we're going to get our opportunity now. Let's get this thing started early, Gruzy, by grounding out. There you go. Cabrera hits a solo home run. Orlando Cabrera has been an all-star in the last, 10 games. This dude is on a heater. Grace singles. Griffey hits a 2-run jack, and it's 3-2 Expos in the bottom of the first. Guerrero reaches on an error. O'Leary singles. It's first and second. Carlton Lower is struggling. Hayes with one out. Singles. Drives in another one. Bobby Hens at the plate. My man. The myth. The legend himself. Bobby Hens hits into a double play. All right. David Doster to lead off for the Phillies. He strikes out. How about Pat Burrell? Strikes out. Carlton Lower. The pitcher singles. All right. So we get through that inning. Thurman has. Oh, he's gonna hit here. He strikes out. Gruzzi, ground out. Cabrera, can you do it again? Look at his numbers. 27 ribbies, 7 homers for the shortstop. And he flies out. Okay, not bad. Desi Relaford, ground out. David Justice, who hit a 3-run home run early or a 2-run home run earlier in the game, singles. Abreu, double play. Okay, baby. So here we go. Mark Grace, ground out. Griffey Jr., strikeout. Vlad, pop up. Mike Thurman holding his own up there on the hill. Gets a strikeout. Gets a fly out.
That hit him.
And
First base.
he hits David Doster. Pat Burrell. He's a 189 batter with 2 homers. And he hits into a fielder's choice. Excellent. Troy O'Leary, singles. No speed from Troy O'Leary, though. All right. Hayes, double play. So Bobby Henley comes up. Nobody on base. Nice and quiet, right? This is my man. Bobby Hens. What do you got for me? How about a ground out? Oh, bummer. I put you in the game because I wanted to see you play, right? Carlton Lower, ground out. Glanville, strikeout. Relaford, ground out. Okay. So since that first inning where Thurman gave up, 3 hits and 2 runs, he's been quiet. He's kept them quiet. Thurman is going to hit again. He's going to single. Wow, what a start. Double play by Gruzzi. Way to waste a hit from your pitcher, dude. Cabrera pops up. Nah, Cabrera I can't complain about. He's been doing everything he can for this team. Justice flies out. Abreu doubles. Jordan, ground out. Estalella, ground out. So still 5 scoreless since giving up 2 in the first on that David Justice home run. Mark Grace, grounds out. Griffey, grounds out. Guerrero, flies out. Okay, so we're through 6 innings. Thurman has a little bit of juice left. He's facing the bottom of the lineup. We're going to let him pitch. 1, 2. Sefcik coming up. Okay, so Thurman made it through 7. That's what we need from our starting pitching because our bullpen is horrendous. O'Leary strikes out. Charlie Hayes strikes out. Bobby Hens, give me a hit.
First base.
Okay, give me a hit by pitch. Can you steal a base for me?
He's out.
Nah, he gets caught. Ooh, he's not as good as he was last year. I've tried to steal with him a few times, and it just hasn't been as good. Doug Glanville. Mike Thurman is going to stay out for maybe another 2 batters. No, he's not. Just a 1. All right, we'll bring in Terry Mulholland. He's kind of our workhorse. That's what we got him for.
He's safe.
And Doug Glanville steals. Ground out, Relaford. Do we walk David Justice and pitch to Abreu? Try for the double play. No, instead we get an error. Oh, no. Okay, so we've got Abreu. He's a lefty. Mulholland is a lefty. Right? So let's see what he does. He gets a single. So the bases are juiced. Top of the 8th. Terry Mulholland on the mound. Kevin Jordan at the plate. And he strikes him out. Bobby Estalella, the right-handed batter. Do we bring in a righty? I think we do. Let's bring in a righty. We'll bring in Bosky. He's just coming off the injured list. And he struck him out, so he did his freaking job. Good job. Okay, so it's a 4-2 game. They had bases loaded in the 8th. Bosky came in, gets the big strikeout. We need a pinch hitter for him, and we're going to go with... We'll go with Fulmer, right? The lefty against the righty. He strikes out because he wastes that. Grudzy with reaches on an error. Cabrera grounds out. Okay, so Brad Fulmer, you will not be pitching. We're going to go to Ugath to close this out. Top of the ninth, Ugath Urbina gets the fly out. They're going to take him out. Of course they are. Wendell McGee's going to come in a pinch hit. And, the strikeout. And the Expos have... Did we sweep them? No, not even close, dude. So we won the first game. So, okay, we tied the series. Not bad. We're coming off, let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 7. So we're 7-7 so far in the month of whatever month, May. So we're 7-7 in May. The team is 21-24. We came into the episode 14-17. So I would love to be above 500 or at 500 at the end of May. That would be huge. That would be huge for us. But not too bad. That was a good performance there in the last game of that series. We're heading to take on Baltimore, though, and look at Baltimore's record, 29-16. Now, if you paid attention or if you happen to have the opportunity to watch the little off-season episode where we did our free agency and our trades and all that stuff, Baltimore was very active. And just look at who's pitching in this one. Randy Johnson is pitching for the Orioles in this one. So that's going to be huge for them. That's going to be a big move for them. He's got 63 Ks. He's pitched 60 innings in 8 games. Oh my God. I can't think of the word. Decisions, yes. Okay, and then Dustin Hermanson will be pitching for us. Of course, he's 3-3, 43 Ks and a 3.88 ERA. So he's given up a lot more runs than Randy Johnson is. So it could be struggle city for the Expos in this one. But hey, 7-7 is not bad. Not bad for this team to this point in the month. Last month we were first month and a half of the season we were 14-17. So if we can walk away from this one 14-14, that wouldn't be too bad. I sound like a really good coach, don't I? You know what? Just like do half-ass work and I'm okay with it. No, I don't think that's good. I don't really want half-ass work. I want wins. Okay, so let's see what we can get against Randy Johnson and the Orioles. We get a win. They have Andy Ashby, and we beat him too. Thank you very much. So we've beat them 10-2 in 2 games, and we're going to head into this Sunday game. Javi Vasquez on the bump for us again. His record not very good. He's trying to get to – we win this one, we are a 500 ball club through 48 games. That is huge. That will be huge for this team if we can win this game to get to 500, okay? Very big. We're on a 3-game winning streak. The longest we've had so far this season was 4 when we had 3 against Houston and managed to beat Philly in the first game of that 4-game set. So let's see if we can complete the sweep here on Sunday. Again, Adrian Lantiga on the bump for the Orioles and Javi Vasquez for the Expos in this one. And it says Javi is cold. But I don't really have anybody else that can go, man. I don't have anybody else that can go in this one. So we're gonna go with Javi. We got to put all of our eggs in the Javi basket, right? Absolutely. We got some real tired people too. But we've got the DH in this one, so we could move Rondell. You're gonna play the outfield, and we're gonna put Vladdy at DH. Okay, and we could. Charlie Hayes, you're going to get the time off, and we are going to put. Oh, he's cold too. We're going to put Mike Mordecai at third base. We'll see what he does for this game. I know we need this win to get to 500, but these guys are exhausted. See, it's going to tell us that.
Play ball.
All right, let's see what we can get out of them. All right, they're super tired, but we got to get something out of them. Rondell strikes out. Grudzy grounds out. Grace
Take your base. Ball
walks. So Mark Grace has been solid for this team. Griffey Jr., kind of picking it up. You see his batting average has dropped. He really hasn't done too much in the way of home runs, but his run production has been good. 30 RBIs, and he grounds out. Robbie Alomar, strikeout. Adrian Brown, ground out. Edgar Martinez, that was the other free agent pickup that they had. They got Edgar Martinez, and he strikes out. So, yeah, I mean, this team is pretty loaded. I didn't even look at the roster, or I'm sorry, the lineup, but we'll look at it next time it comes around. Vladdy, strikeout. O'Leary, ground out. Mordecai, doubles. So a little fill in for Mike Mordecai, and he doubles. Cabrera pops up. So Brady Anderson. Okay, let's look at the lineup starting top to bottom. Alomar, some guy named Brown, Edgar Martinez, Brady Anderson, Harold Baines, Cal Ripken, B.J. Surhoff, John Valentin. Wow. All right. That middle of that lineup, pretty darn good. Martinez, Anderson, Baines, Ripken. Wow. All right. Brady Anderson strikes out. Harold Baines grounds out. How about my man, Cal Ripken Jr.? And if you've ever been inside the cave, there is Cal Ripken Jr. stuff just about everywhere. All right. Baseballs. I've got some hats. I've got all sorts of stuff. Cal Ripken Jr. Yes, I'm a Yankee fan, but Cal Ripken Jr. was my idol. I played shortstop. I wore number 8. I played for the Orioles. Well, I liked him so much that my Little League team actually wore a hat with our sponsor on it, but not me. I wore an actual Orioles hat, so I looked just like Cal Ripken Jr. Big time Cal Ripken Jr. fan. Got to actually go to his farewell kind of tour, his last season. Got to go see him at in Anaheim, and that was really cool. That was really cool to get to see my hero in his last season play for the Orioles. So, I'm sorry, last season play it all, right? Last season play it all. And that would have been 2001? Yeah, I think it would have been 2001. And he flies out. So, nice little story, and then he flies out. Good for him. Good for us, really. Pudge reaches on an error. Rondell White strikes out. Grudzy, fielder's choice. Come on, Mark Grace. Come up big. And he pops up. B.J. Surhoff, ground out. Valentin, ground out. Webster, single. So we've got first, runner on first, bottom of the third. Alomar grounds out. So Valentin, you saw that name pop up too. If you look at one of my original shorts on my YouTube channel, I think it's the first one I ever did. It's actually John Valentin getting a triple play unassisted. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's who it was in that video, and it was the first one I ever made. Yeah, just a little side note. Okay. Ken Griffey Jr., fly out. Guerrero, strikeout. And Troy O'Leary, ground out. So neither team really doing anything offensively. Now that I said that, they're going to blow up. Ground out. No, thank God they didn't. All right, Mike Mordecai, singles to lead off the inning. Thank you, Mike Mordecai. Cabrera, can you do something for me? No, he flies out. Pudge, fielder's choice. Rondell, fly out. Okay, so we're through 4.5. Javi's pitching a good game. Hasn't used a whole lot of his energy. And he's getting the Orioles to ground out.
Ball 4. Take your base.
Except for Cal Ripken. And if Cal Ripken steals a base, I'm going to lose it. Now, okay, so we get him on a fielder's choice. John Valentin, fielder's choice. So we're through 5. All right, we're looking for the sweep. This would be a sweep of the Orioles. A very good Orioles team. Grudzy grounds out. Grace strikes out. Ken Griffey Jr. grounds out. We can do nothing here. It's a pitcher's duel in Baltimore at Camden. Javi Vasquez singles. Lenny Webster. No, I'm sorry. Lenny Webster singles. We're pitching. Yeah. Alomar, fielder's choice. Brown, fly out. Get Edgar. He grounds out. So we're through 6. No score. Top of the 7th for Vlad Guerrero.
3.
Strikeout. O'Leary.
3.
Strikeout. Mordecai. Ground out. Brady Anderson to lead off. Javi gets him to ground out. Baines singles. So Ripken coming to the plate,
Ball 4. Take your base.
and he walks B.J. Surhoff with an opportunity to drive in a run, and he sacks him over. So, wow, that seems a little strange, right? Do we walk Valentin to pitch to Webster, who's gone 2 for 2 in this one? I think we're going to do that.
Take your base. Ball 4.
Yeah, we're going to look for the double play.
3.
And we get the strikeout. Oh, we only needed 1 out. Come on, dude. Come on, dude. Pay attention to what you're doing. Okay, top of the 8th. No score. Orlando Cabrera.
3.
Strikeout. Ooh, Armando Benitez. Oh, as a Yankee fan, we know Armando Benitez. If you're a baseball fan, you were around in the 90s. Maybe you weren't around in the 90s. Go on YouTube and just type in Yankees Orioles brawl. Wow. That is classic 90s Yankees Orioles. All right, those were some great games, and those teams, ooh boy, did they get into it. Right? I mean, Tino takes that shot in the back, and then it's just go time. Look it up. Okay, Rodriguez singles. So we've got a runner on first, Rondell White at the plate. He's 0 for 3, and he pops out. Grudzi. So Grudzielanek was huge for us last year. He had a bunch of good games, and he doubles to drive in a run. Maybe I just got to talk good about him, right? Just talk good about him. Mark Grace singles. So we've got first and third. Ken Griffey Jr. at the plate. Can you do something to tack on an extra run? Yes, he drives one in. Thank you much. Now, Vladdy, can you do something? Oh, they're going to go to Damian Scadam. Now, they got Damian Scadam right, but they can't get some of these other names right that are basically easy. And it's a ground out. Okay, so we get 2 in the top of the 8th. We've got Javi still out there pitching. And I'm so tempted to leave him in because he has some juice. He gets a ground out. He gets a pop out. Oh, and he gets Martinez. Skatum still on the hill. Skatum. I'm not sure how they say it. O'Leary strikes out. Mordecai, who's 2 for 3 in this one, gets hit by a pitch. Cabrera lines out, and Pudge grounds out. Okay, do we go for the Javi Vasquez complete game? There's one. Baines singles. Oh, no, we can't leave him in there. We can't leave him in there to pitch to Ripken. Okay, so who do we bring in to pitch to Ripken? He's a righty. Well, let's just bring in Urbina, right? And it's a close situation. Here's Urbina.
3.
Strikes out Ripken. Strikes out Surhoff. And Javi Vasquez, how about the performance here? 8 1/3 innings pitched, 4 hits, no runs, none earned, obviously. Well, I shouldn't say that because you could have runs, but they're not earned runs. I don't know. Anyway, 3 walks, 4 Ks for Javi. Good performance in this one. So we advance a day, and it's in advance. Okay, now we've advanced a day, and we're back against the Phillies. So We are now 24-24. The team is 500 on the season, and we came alive. We came alive there. Okay, we got a nice 3-game sweep of the Orioles. We got 2 wins against the Phillies. We took the Houston Astros down 3 times. The only team that's got our number so far has been the Cubbies. They took us down 4 times. All right. But, I mean, that is what it is. That is what it is. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from the team. We're getting just a little more offense. And our pitching staff is not good, but they're managing, right? I mean, Trey Moore's 4-1. Hermanson's 4-3. Hitchcock is 4-3, so they're starting to come alive. Things are starting to happen. We're heading into 3 with the Philadelphia Phillies, and we're going to roll here for probably another 20 minutes. I think we're just going to kind of quick sim through the Phillies and the Dodgers, and then we'll take a look at the Mets series, and then we'll shut her down for the night. So we're at 48 games. We have 3, 6, 9, 11. That's perfect. That gets us to 60, right? Am I adding that right? 3, 6, 9, 11. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to go right through to the end of the month. That gets us to 60 games on the season, and we're going to we'll manage the 3rd game of the Mets series at Shea Stadium, and hopefully we get a tie game at some point. I'd love to jump into an actual game and see an at-bat or 2. We might even do that. Who knows? I've only got a little bit of time left, though. Gotta be up and at 'em early tomorrow. So let's see. Trey Moore on the hill for game 1 against Philadelphia, against Carlton Lower, and we get the win. Nice. Oh, okay. So game 2, win. That is, wow, that's 6 wins in a row. Win. That's 7 wins in a row. Back-to-back sweeps. We took down Baltimore and Philly. The team is now 27-24, and we are rolling, except we're taking on the freaking Dodgers, who are 29-19, but we're at home in Montreal. So hopefully we can come up with something. Sterling Hitchcock on the mound, and we lose the first game of the series 10-1. We win game 2, though. Now we've got to go look at our scouts. So let's go ahead and scout real quick, since it makes us do that. I mean, we could just let the machine do that. No, that would be no fun, right? Because we want to try to get somebody good. Okay, so we're going to do one more of these guys. We'll send them all to their next destination. Yeah. And then we'll see what we get. Okay? We'll see what we get. Okay, let's go ahead and go back to our calendar, right? So we lost to the Dodgers. We then beat them in the Saturday game 5-2. Our team is 28-25 on the season. So we have a winning record. Shwaka. And we are 11 games behind the Atlanta Braves, but we're in second place. Wow. We're in second place, 11 games behind the Atlanta Braves. Oh, well, I mean, look, we're not shooting for a division championship. We're shooting for a wild card. All we got to do is sneak our way into the playoffs, and that'll be a big victory for this club. Right? That'll be a big victory for this club. If they could have really done that, I mean, just imagine if the 1994 Expos had made the World Series, right? That team might have stayed together. They might have ended up being good for many more years, which would have brought money to the team, which would have kept them in Montreal, and we wouldn't be doing this, right? They would just be another team on the game. But unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. So we're just trying to simulate and try to keep them. I mean, of course, they never had Ken Griffey Jr. But, if they did, who knows? They might have. You never know. You never know. All right, I'm just kind of rambling now. So, all right. So if I've got anybody out there that's watching and you've been hanging with here, Through the month of May in the 1999 season with the Montreal Expos, we started out at 14-17 after the month of April. Okay, we are now 14-8 in the month of May. So this team has come alive. We have come alive. We're 28-25. We sit second place in the who are in first place, but we're going to challenge for a wild card spot. I think we're going to be able to challenge for a wild card spot. Now, I could be jumping the gun. We could end up, I don't know, at the end of the episode, we could be 28-28. I really hope it doesn't work out that way, but it's definitely possible. Okay, so let's go ahead and simulate this. No, we're going to play this one, right? No, we're going to play the third game of the Mets series. So we're going to simulate that. We're going to take the loss. So we're 28-26. We get a day off. That should give these guys a little time to rest. We're taking on the Mets. Arturo Torrero will be on the hill. He's 0-3. Then Matt Shell. Then Ruben Schreiber. I don't know who any of these guys are. I don't think they're actual real guys. They were probably just in the minors for this roster. So we'll see what happens. Mike Thurman on the hill for the Expos. And he gets the win. Dustin Hermanson. And we get the win. Sterling Hitchcock will pitch Game 3 at Shea Stadium. Let's jump into this one. So we're going old Shea Stadium. I love that. Sterling Hitchcock on the hill. And the lineup's going to be, we're going to stay the same, right? Because everyone's pretty well rested after that little break. And Rondell flies out. Grudzy grounds out. Grace is going to, okay. We'll simulate through that. They get no runs. Griffey ground out. Guerrero single. Hayes, fielder's choice. Cabrera fly out. They get no runs in their inning. We get nothing in the top of the third. They get 2 in the bottom of the third. We get 1 back. Good job there. Bottom of the fourth, they get nothing. We get nothing in the top of the fifth. They get nothing in the bottom of the fifth. We get nothing in the top of the sixth. Bottom of the sixth. Seventh. Eighth. Okay. So we're heading into the top of the ninth. Okay. Top of the ninth inning. Graham Lloyd is on the hill for the Mets. Graham Lloyd was a great pitcher. Good pitcher for the Yankees during the World Series years. Absolutely. And when they got in a fight with the Orioles, man, when he came running out of the bullpen, that was great. That was great. That fight I mentioned earlier. Okay, so we're actually going to take a look at this. So it's the ninth inning. Top of the ninth. And it is a 2-1 game. Rondell White is at the plate. And John Franco is coming in. So let's go ahead and enter the game. I'm going to play. No, you know what? I might have 1 or 2 viewers out there. If you're out there and you're gonna watch me play, because I rarely play. All right, Rondell White at the plate. Here we go. Oh Lord! Oh, my first at bat.
So he goes yard to left. Home run number 5 on the season.
And Rondell White ties this puppy up. Oh Lord.
Swing, 1 home run.
Yeah, you can say that's efficiency right there. Didn't need much time in the box to make an impact.
Okay, I'm not talking smack on Rondell anymore. 2-2. Look at that. Here it is again. Watch this. See ya. I love it. Look at old Shea Stadium. It's great. All right. So now we got Grudzy at the plate.
the plate.
And he delivers. They just, if you watched the old Tank episodes, I couldn't hit worth a damn. I get 2 pitches and I get 2 hits. Okay, here's Mark Grace.
Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and
all right.
drive in the center field.
Mark Grace hit a solo in the 4th.
Nobody out.
Double play. All right. Oh, here he is. Ken Griffey Jr. In that sweet Montreal Expos uniform.
Maybe moral calm, but you got to give some credit to the pitching staff. They've had a great plan against it.
In the air, left field, LaBruce sizes this one up.
Okay, all right. That's all right.
So a ninth inning comeback here, and this game has been flipped on its head. We are tied 2-2. And we're back. And now the catcher comes up to him, Todd Pratt.
All right, so we're going to take him out. We'll put Mulholland in. If we're still up, or if it's still tied after 9, we're going to jump in and I'll hit again. So here we go. Mulholland gets Pratt. He gets Ordonez, and Ruben Sierra strikes out. Ooh. All right, so here we go. Back to it. Vlad Guerrero at the plate. John Franco still out on the bump.
Franco back to work.
And Vladdy rips a single.
Base hit out into left center field. The leadoff single and the go-ahead run is aboard.
Everything came together for him. So much of good hitting is finding holes in the defense. That's why you're always thinking line drive into the gap. Those kinds of swings really boost your confidence.
Nice. All right, Charlie Hayes now. Let's see if we can move him over. Let's go old school. No. All right, let's see what you got. And
the pitch. Runner on the move. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Brings it in. And there's one down.
Damn it. Okay. Whoa. What the shit was that?
Definitely a weird play right there, and it changes the outlook of the inning completely. Nice job by the defense to take advantage and get 2 outs out of it.
It's like he just started running.
I have to think they're going to have some discussions and probably some lessons learned.
Here's a high fly ball out to center.
That was a waste. I'm pissed. Okay. All right, so we can't get anything done there. Let's go back to the manage. We get Milliard. We get Franco to ground out, and LaBruce singles. Preston Wilson, ground out. Oh, we're going to get another shot at this. Okay. With Pudge. Okay, so, Turk Wendell, my man. Okay, so here's the thing, right? So there's no runners on because it's 1999. So there's no runners on. It's just you start the inning with no runner on second. Oh, Pudge. Get out. He puts it off the wall. Nice.
Go-ahead runs in scoring position.
Waste no time there. Absolutely blasted that one into the gap, but just didn't have quite enough to clear the wall out there. Maybe a little more elevation under it and it carries over, but
big double for Pudge.
Really important at bat coming up now.
Yeah, I want to bring in a pinch hitter or a pinch runner. I'll bring in Bobby Hens. The guy's got speed, right? And I won't have to worry. No. Hold on a second. What? Oh, they want a pinch hitter. We need a pinch hitter. Okay. Let's go with LaDuca, right? Paul LaDuca's going to pinch hit for Terry Mulholland.
Off the bench for the pitcher, Paul Luca.
Pretty surprised they're going with the pitcher off the bench here, Boog. I mean, they must be trying to save what they have left in terms of position players for later or something.
A pitcher?
But it's a foul ball.
Come on, LaDuca. Oh, damn it.
In plenty of time. First, one gone here.
Okay.
The left fielder,
Rondell White, he homered last time, tied this puppy up, top of the ninth. Let's see if he can do it again. How about a big jack? No, he pops it up.
high fly ball left field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out.
Just like I did with the tank, I love to swing at the first pitch, right? I love to swing at the first pitch. Grudzy, can you deliver? Somebody give me a hit here? Come on, Grudzy. Nope.
Hard hit left side. Zips it to first, and that is one.
All right. Well, that's... let's put...
Anthony Telshaw gets the call from the pen.
And he's done a great job keeping the ball in the park this year. The numbers stack up with...
Oh, let's see if we can strike out Fred McGriff.
On the ground, right side. Steps on first for the out.
All right, so we get one.
So up next,
Edgardo Alfonso.
0 for 3 in this one. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Misses with the slide.
And
Misses with the cutter.
Clearly trying to work them away here. Both pitches off the plate. If you really want to put the ball in play, you're going to have to stay back.
Oh, so close. Give him the heater. All right, here we go.
gives him anything to hit here.
Thank you.
3-1. This one in the air, right field.
Oh, bull.
And it stays
That thing hung up there for like an hour.
One down, runner at first. Here's the catcher, Todd Pratt.
Todd Pratt.
High fly ball, that one curling foul down the right side. One down, winning run on at first.
Wow, he's just cracking the bat.
Check on the runner. He's in there.
So that's the only rule you can't change here is the whole pickoff rule, but that's all right. I'm okay with that. Little slider. Got him. Oh, yeah.
Slider got him for strike 3.
Telford looking good.
And here is Ray Ordonez. And the first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
And I know you want to be patient as a hitter, but you got to be ready to jump on the first thing straight. And he got one right there, but left the bat on his shoulder.
Pitch is in there. And it's 0-2.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure
Uh-oh, that's no bueno.
And now a man into scoring position.
Nobody on defense feels great right now.
All right, here we go.
Missing so far outside.
Do we go with the slider?
Wishes he could have done more.
Yeah, why not?
The winning run on second
Uh-oh.
base. Works away a little bit, and the runner holds.
Change up. Inside.
Inside, just missed.
Slider outside. Oh, what, dude? What are you swinging at? Okay, here we go.
And welcome back to the ball.
We got Mark Grace.
And now it's going to be
Mark Grace leading off.
hard liner. Wilson throws it in on the run.
Wow, you look like
I think that's like 9 pitches, 9 swings. Okay, walk it off. Well, he won't walk it off, but let's see what we can do. Come on, Griff. You got this. There it is. Too high. Too high. Too high. 2 pitches, 2 outs. Vlad Guerrero.
Known for his late inning heroics. Out front and foul to the left side. Out to short. Tosses to first. That ends the frame. Offense. And we're back. Now it's the switch hitting outfielder, Ruben.
All right, we've seen enough of that for the moment. Let's get Telford out of there. We'll put Maddox in. Ground out, strikeout. Ground out. Man, this is a marathon.
We've got ourselves a pitching change. Jeff Watson.
Well, he's been a bit of a wild card out there.
Top of the 13th, tied at 2.
Definitely struggled with 3 passes this year.
Charlie Hayes.
Hanging a high fly ball left
Deep.
field. Pretty well struck.
Gone.
Tattooed and gone. A solo shot. Home run number 5 on the season, and they lead it. It's 3-2. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
Nice.
Having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. Welcome to the game. First pitch out of the bullpen, a tough one. And you know he's just trying to get one in there for a strike. And on the other side as a hitter, it's a great time to be aggressive and let it fly. It's not what they were looking for when they turned to him, but now he's got to find a way to reset.
The batter will be the shortstop, Orlando Cabrera. Line drive. And a base hit.
All right. The offense coming alive here. Mr. First Pitch Swing.
Man at first, nobody out.
Pudge.
Here's the catcher, Ivan Rodriguez. Rolled to short. 2. Off balance. Here's one. Back to first. And that is a double play. So Dave Martinez going with
Oh, no.
Bob
Here he comes.
He's got a little
Bobby Hens.
Don't sleep on him. He's hit some home runs in the past.
Oh, and he pops up. Jeez, Bobby Hens.
And that is that.
All right. Let's see if we can close this out, right?
So it,
Finally. Ugeth, you're coming in.
so they turn things over to the righty. You were
He gets 1. He gets 2. He walks McGriff. And he gets the fielder's choice. So we get the win.
Well, 13-inning win on the road. Very impressive all the way around. But what I like is the opportunity that certain players who don't contribute a whole lot game to game, they came in big in this one. And I think they'll be looked upon and called upon in future games to help get the W as well.
3-2 the final score, and the road team picks up the win and picks up a sweep. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambu. Thanks for joining us.
Okay. So we got ourselves a sweep of the Mets. All right. I think that's 2 sweeps. No, okay. That not in a, I was going to say 2 sweeps in a row. I mean, how would you even say that, sweeps? Is that a word? That's like he sweeps with the broom, but is it if it's a sweep, do you sweeps? Is it an I don't understand. Do you put an S on the end of it? No, I don't know. Anyway. Okay, so we are 31-26. Even if we sim and lose the next 2 games, even though we swept Baltimore, all right, earlier in the month, we're going to sim through these next 2 games. We'll take a look at the stats. We'll take a look at our standings. We'll look at our league leaders, and then we'll end the episode. So we are at, we're at 57 games played. So the next 3 games against the Orioles will get us to 60. So let's go ahead and sim. We get a loss, sim, we get a loss. We got a scout. I'm going to skip that, and we get a win. So, okay, we finish off the episode losing the series to the Orioles 2-1, but we are 32-28 through 60 games. The team is above 500, and we are 9 games behind the Atlanta Braves currently in the NL East. So we're making moves. We are making moves for sure. All right, so here's how things stand at the end of our 5th, 6th, I'm not sure which number episode this is, but at the end of our 6th episode, I think, here with the Montreal Expos, we are 32-28. We're 9 games back of the juggernaut Braves, all right? But we've got a lot of games against those guys, so there's going to be plenty of opportunities for us to make some moves. Where we have to really strengthen is the bullpen. We need to make some moves in the bullpen, and I think there's going to be hopefully a trade or two. We might have a piece. Okay, Troy O'Leary could be a piece that we move. All right, we've got a couple of catchers in the organization that we might not need. We can't move LaDuca because he was Rule 5. I don't really want to move Pudge, so that means like Widger, and we're not going to trade Bobby Henley. I don't want to trade Bobby Henley. But it might come down to that if it means getting us the pieces we need. Sometimes you got to make those tough decisions when you're managing the team, right? Absolutely. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look. Number 1, we'll look at standings. So the National League East looks like this. The Braves are 40-18 and have a 9-game lead on your Montreal Expos, who are currently in 2nd place. In the Central, the Reds have a 1-game lead over the Cubbies. In the West, the Dodgers have a 5-game lead over the Giants, and the Padres have started to make some waves. So they were, I think, like 10 or 12 games out to start the month, but they're now 9 games back, so they're hanging around. In the wild card, it looks a little like this. If the season came to an end right now, we have a playoff spot. We are in the playoffs. So I know it's early in the season, and we did the same thing last year. We ended up blowing it, but we got a different team, and I think we might be able to sneak our way into a playoff spot. That's the goal. In the American League East, the Yankees, well, not as big a lead as they normally have. The Red Sox are playing pretty good. They're 5.5 games back of the Yankees at this point. In the Central, the Tigers have a half-game lead on the Twins and just a 3-game lead on the Indians. So anything's possible in the American League Central. Out West, that one looks about the way that it normally did, right? The Mariners, they'll make some moves later in the season. They're not going to play that bad all year. The Rangers are up, and the Brewers are only a half game behind. So, again, the Brewers, I believe, were in the Central, and there's only 4 teams in the West, I'm pretty sure, back in the day. The wild card looks like this. The Sox, the Orioles, and the Brewers currently holding wild card spots. Okay, and our current league leaders through April and May? Did I just play May? Yeah, through April and May. Oh, there we go. Now we got it. Our league leaders look like this. Batting average, Chipper Jones, 371. And how about Mark Grace, free agent pickup extraordinaire for the Expos? He is challenging for that batting title. In the American League, it's Tim Salmon, who's playing for the Blue Jays in this universe. And, of course, Chucky Knobloch. And Jack Kim of the Red Sox. Wow, good for Jack Kim. All right. In the National League hits, we've got Chipper Jones. The American League is Chuck Knobloch. At-bats, not important. Doubles, not important. Triples, Edgar Renteria. That's an interesting category. And Derek freaking Jeter, he's got 5. Good for him. Home runs, Sammy Sosa with 15 to this point. Mikey Piazza with 14. Andrew Jones with 13. How about Vladdy? He's got 11. Wow, we got an Expo on the board in a couple categories. Last year we were so bad. In the American League, Manny Ramirez with 16. Derek Jeter, Chuck Knobloch, and Tino Martinez have combined for 47 home runs. Wow. Wowzeroonie. Oh, my Lord. That's huge. All right. Sammy Sosa in RBIs. Chuck Knobloch. Derek Jeter. Tino Martinez. And Bernie Williams. Look at that. Look at their RBIs. Holy wow. Nomar Garciaparra has 41. Good for him. Runs, Chipper Jones. You know what? Why do I even flip over? It's 2 Yankees every time. We should have like a running bet. Stolen bases. If it's a Yankee. Oh, Chuck Knobloch with 21. Okay. Base on balls, Barry Larkin. No Yankees. On base percentage. It's got to be like Derek Jeter. No? Chuck Knobloch. Chuck Knobloch is going to be like the American League MVP in this uni. All right, let's look at our pitchers. I just want to see ERA. Kevin Millwood for the National League. Geraldo Serrano for the Rangers. That's a generated player. Home runs allowed, not important. Shutouts, not important. Strikeouts. This is always one, right? So we've got, how about our boy Sterling Hitchcock, 79 Ks. That was a good pickup. Yeah, I was going after Kerry Wood. I went after Chano Park. I did, because he was a free agent, and I ended up getting Sterling Hitchcock out of the deal. But hey, it is what it is, right? American League, Pedro Martinez, 98. Randy Johnson, 83. David Cone, 80. That's a little crazy. I don't think David Cone struck out that many guys. I mean, he did, but I don't think he did it at that pace. All righty. Okay, so that's gonna do it. All right, for the week. We made it through, once again, the month of May here in the time machine inside the cave. It is 1999. We are the Montreal Expos. We are through 2 full months of the season, and we are currently 32 and 28 with the opportunity to make it to the playoffs via the wild card. And when we come back next week, we'll be back on Tuesday next week, as I'll have some time. I'll be home. So I will be back on Tuesday next week. Regular time, regular place. We'll be taking on San Francisco, San Diego, and all the teams you see right in front of you right now. So I think some of them could be easier games. Arizona, Florida. We got Florida 7 games in the month of June. We've got Arizona 3 games. But we do have our first series of the year with Atlanta. So we'll see how that plays out in the month of June. And we'll see if we can come away with, get ourselves to about 80 games. Yeah, I think we'll get to about 80, 85 games by next week. So if you joined me tonight, I know it was later than normal, but you got to actually see some action. I played an extra innings game. I even hit a home run or 2, which was pretty cool. So feel free to join me next week. I'll be live Tuesday about 5:30 for the Expos, 5:30, 8:30 for the Expos, and on Wednesday, 5:30, 8:30 for the Whalers' journey to the Stanley Cup Championship. Keep an eye out for some shorts. I will post some probably this week from both the Whalers episode and the Expos episode, and you'll see some shorts come out with regards to Islanders play and kind of Islanders updates as best I can without being cut off, if you know what I mean. So thank you for jumping in, joining us tonight. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe. The more I can get, the better. Then I can get that information out to you. When I go live, it'll pop up on your phone. It'll pop up on your iPad, wherever it is. And that way, if you want to jump in, throw in a little comment, throw in a little question, you can go ahead and do that. Not saying you got to sit here for the entirety of the hour, 2 hours, whatever it is that we're on the air, but feel free to be a part of it. All right. We talk baseball, we talk hockey, we talk football, we talk food. I don't care. Whatever you want to talk about, I'll talk about it while I'm playing the game. All right. So again, like, subscribe, and join us next week inside the cave with the Montreal Expos.